Alright, I want to show you how to add the toolbar to add the acorns the right way, and then I also want to show you the advanced mate so that we can make this not go through the part when we're dragging it up. It actually stops and doesn't pull out. So to do the acorn nuts, the first thing you want to do is kind of zoom in a little bit here to one of the bolts. Over here on the right you have the design library, the 3 little books or 4 books. Click on that, click on the toolbox, and SolidWorks comes pre-installed with all these like standard bolts and nuts and everything. Click on add in now. This will load it in, and then we want to do ANSI inch, and then here you go. You got bearings, bolts and screws, keys, O-rings, nuts, pins, all sorts of stuff. Okay, so obviously we want to go the nuts. We're doing the acorn nut, and we're doing the acorn high crown. Okay, now what you want to do here, and this is where people have trouble, you want to click and drag and kind of hover over the bolt, and what it will do when I let go of the mouse is kind of detect the size of the bolt, and it will automatically detect 3/4-10, which is what we want. Okay, so since that's the correct one, if not, you can select it, hit the green check mark for OK. Now if you notice, it's too far off, so when we're putting the rest on here, if you put your mouse, put the arrow right where you want the base of the nut to sit on, so like I want the nut to sit on this pink gusset, and you got that little icon, it looks like a little peg in a hole. You click on it and it puts it right on it. Okay, so this is, see how it's not really working? I don't want it on the end, I want it on it. And I could go up here and redo this one, and then whenever you're done you hit escape, and if you have ones that are wrong you can just select them, delete them, hit yes, and there you go. I got my fancy acorn nuts. Okay, next the advanced mate. Let's go to make sure nothing's selected, hit escape, go to mate. We're going to mate this surface here with this surface here, but we want to be able to move it. So over here on the left we're going to scroll down and find advanced mates and hit the drop down arrow to expand that. You got to scroll back up for some reason. Right here we have a distance. I'm going to turn on the distance, and then when you do that you turn on these 2 distances. You have the open distance and the closed distance. Well, the closed distance is obviously going to be 0, and the open distance is on the handout. So if you go to your handout and look on the parts list, I don't think I have one up, it says I think 5.75. okay, and then you hit the green check mark, hit it a second time to finish the mate, and now when you crank this up it will stop at 0, right, so it doesn't go through it, now it stops at 0, and when I drag it out it goes the whole way out 5.75 inches. If I make this see-through, you can kind of see a little bit that that gasket, or this inside part, is stopping right at that thing. Now there's a little bit of a gap, and that's fine. We want that gap. Okay? Once you get all that, save it, put it in the title block. I think when we do the title block, we'll just do maybe one large isometric view. I think is probably what we'll do. Oh boy, having sorts of problems.